happen to me that shocked my confidence, and I had no confidence in myself. And I would go around thinking that I wasn't good enough, and I wasn't smart enough, and I wasn't pretty enough for anybody or anything. So around this time every year, I would get so depressed and I'd feel so lonely that I'd stay in my room all day. I'd lock the door and just stay in my room and think about how I would never be able to accomplish anything in my life, that I wasn't important enough for anything. And that went on until I started coming to love and truth in 2009. And I went to the Fuel Conference, and I realized that God loved me more than anybody else could ever love me. And He gave me the confidence that I couldn't find anywhere else except in Him, because I'm His child. And He loves me with an unconditional love, no matter what I do and no matter what I say. Around 8th grade, when I was 12 or 13, I started getting really depressed. I don't know why, I don't know what caused it. I just know that it was oppressing me, and it had a very strong grip in my life. And I wasn't suicidal, but I knew that I was walking around and I just wasn't there. I didn't have any purpose in my life. I remember saying to myself a lot, I don't know what's going on. There's an empty space inside my life. I'm lonely. There's something missing. There's got to be something more. And I didn't know anything about God. And I came to church one night, and I cannot explain what happened. I felt the hand of God coming into my life and just pulling those things out of me. And I knew the next day I went around to school and I told my friends, something clicked. And I was happy, and I can't describe it. It just left my life entirely. From then until now, I mean, I struggle with sometimes going back, but I just know that God put a joy inside of me, and I can't tell you enough how much His love and His peace just consumes me because I said yes to His call. When I got saved, the confidence came back in me, but it would always, there was a lie from the enemy that would always come back in, and he would try and tell me that I wasn't good enough, and all that, and I'd believe it, and I'd get in these moods, and I'd walk around in this funk all the time, and I'd try and get out of it, but I felt like there was no hope for me to get out of it, that I'd just always be like that. I'd never have any confidence, I'd never have any assurance of myself, and I'd never get anywhere that way. And then one year, I remember it was kids camp. I went, and I was a kitchen help, but I went to the service one night, and Pastor Chris was speaking, and then the kids, just the Spirit moved on them, and I was praying over them, and then they started to pray over me, and they started praying that I would have confidence in myself, and it broke me, and it humbled me, because those kids knew what I was going through, because of the Spirit of God, and that put the confidence in me that anybody can have a destiny in God, and they can be confident and have everything that God has ever planned for them.